Hello, we are starting. Okay. Are there any last-minute bonds? You all remember the situation. You're in the pit just above the writhing mass of worms. Enrique, do you have a fan, like, pointing at your microphone? You got some kind of background noise.
Yes, I do.
There we go. You're on a ledge just above a writhing mass of wormlings down there below. A narrow ledge. You came down the slippery slope that you were all going down. First you were dancing, and now you're having children out of wedlock. And there is a tunnel nearby with a faint blue glow coming out of it. You've seen this place in your visions. There's one more seal. You can hear the slight hum of a Batman soundtrack coming from the seal. It's gonna be like this all night because I don't give a fuck. You've just dragged Heracles, Gorrlin, and Malfurion. What's the fucker's name? What's your dog's name? Baryon. Out of the pit. And he's out of mana, so you can't summon any tree spirits, but yeah. What is it? What's up, guys? Any last second bonds before we... This is going to be our final sessions. You either defeat the Worm King, which you know is coming, or I'm just going to GM hack you and kill you.
I'm gonna make a bond with Gorrlin.
Oh, what's that bond?
I ain't gonna lose Gorrlin like I lost my daddy.
Well,
But if Gorrlin don't get it together, gonna need to introduce him to Knock.
okay.
So I need to grot Gorrlin. Got it.
With a spike chain.
Oh, it'll be spiked.
And then bathe an ungrateful teenager in his blood. That's right. All these things happen. You were there. Any other bonds? Last minute bonds?
Nope.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna change a bond that I have. I have one with Heracles. It is something like I I told him my deepest fears. I think it's something more like I'm gonna learn how to give out the glory of the gate, the Black Skull, or Dex. It's Dex, right? It's Dex, the Dex guy. Yeah, I'm gonna learn how to give out the fury of Dex, give away.
Cool. Just getting some things ready. Oh, he's dirty. He's so dirty. Shit. Okay. So standing on the ledge. What do you guys do?
Let's go down towards the blue light. Let's do it.
Yeah. Can we see like what's emitting the blue light?
Yeah. Yeah, so there is...
We know it's the circle, though.
I wrote flavor text for everything. Let me read my box
I want
text.
to hear it. I'm chucking. I'm chucking.
Down the tunnel from the mudslick, there is a brick wall that abruptly blocks progress through the tunnel. Like the sanctuary above, pulsing egg sacs dress all of the craggy surfaces along the ledge and in the tunnel itself. In the wall, a third worm priest seal is inscribed that gives off a pale glow.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's what I said. So you want to break the seal?
Yeah.
Alright, Chuck. When you use the grimy stave to break a glowing seal, roll plus wisdom. Man, you've blown it up each time. You lucky fucker. You resist any harm from the seal and are granted a vision of an upcoming danger. So, you bend the stave toward the seal and it breaks. And when you do this, Chuck, the ground shakes again. And the wall breaks away. But you don't feel victorious. None of you do. You feel a wave pass over you of terror and otherworldly doom. This is obvious to all of you. All of you are... I mean, Chuck has the stave that grants him these visions. Heracles is a devotee of the King of Death. Gorrlin has been killed and reborn in the name of that same King of Death. So you all understand some truth now. You started to understand it above Heracles, when you realized that these worm priests were defending this castle from intruders. And now you realize what they were defending it against. They were defending it against those who would break the seals.
Oops.
You feel like a beast below has been unshackled, as if it was being trapped and kept in place. You feel, you hear a sort of howling from down the tunnels that chills you to your core. You have unleashed something in breaking these seals. The Worm King was being trapped here by the seals, by these worm priests and everything else. And now, if you don't destroy him, he will escape.
Dang on, like, it would have been way easier for us to do this whole thing if they just been like, hey, y'all, don't break them seals, though, else that Eldritch Evil gonna get out and ruin all that shit. Like, they could just use their words instead of, like, dying.
Well, so could you. Instead of dying. Yeah.
See, but that's not how Chuck rolls. It's never Chuck's fault.
I understand. I believe me. At this point, I think everyone is aware that Chuck can do no wrong.
Yeah, it's what I said.
Do we pass on? Past this into the tunnel keeps going deeper.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, yeah, but like, hold up though, like, that the froggy man who we was looking for, he jumped off toward going down the slippy slide. He jumped off
Mm-hmm.
and then and walked up towards this here light though. Well, ain't no light, but but then like if there's a wall here and ain't no frogman
Mm-hmm.
and he ain't gone through the wall though. So where'd the frogman be?
That's a
That's
good
what I-
question, Chuck.
I'm gonna look around for me for one of them there frogman.
Well, he's not around. This is a pretty narrow tunnel. You'd have seen him. You'd have seen a frogman for sure.
Ain't no sign no frogman though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Ain't right.
Hey, right.
All right, I get both crossbows ready. All right, y'all, follow me now. I'll start going down the tunnel.
Okay. So you all creep your way through the tunnel. It's basically single file. You could possibly walk abreast, but you'd be rubbing your shoulders against those egg sacs, and surely Chuck warns you that those things will explode and burn your eyes.
Yeah, I seen it.
As you move down the tunnel, it is dark. It is actually pitch dark. The tunnel finally ends and opens into a massive pitch dark cavern. Again, there is a relatively thin ledge that drops off into a deep cliff. However, rather than a swirling muck, the trespassers notice a hulking, massive shape that stirs at any disruption. And you have certainly disturbed him. If his slumber is disturbed, the Worm King will awaken. His body will give off a ghostly glow that fills the cavern. His hulking mass will shiver the cavern walls, and his rage will be turned on all foolish enough to enter his presence. The cavern is suddenly aglow in a greenish light that bathes all of you in its ghostly essence. And the Worm King gives out a horrible cry and moves to destroy you.
Oh, god dang, y'all.
Yeah, and the Worm King bends its massive body. I mean, you guys saw the picture, right? Like, each of you could fit easily inside of its mouth. It is dripping with this gooey, caustic ooze all over its body. And it turns its gaze at each of you, the three of you standing there on the ledge, and it affixes you with a maddening gaze. What do you do?
I say, Heracles, the big one is mine. And I start cackling maniacally.
Okay.
Yeah, but like, pew pew, and I'm gonna shoot my crossbow.
Okay, and what about you, Heracles?
Yeah, I guess when I see it right and it puts our gaze, I grasp the amulet that Dax gave me. I just like breathe out, and for a moment, like my breath becomes cold, as if the presence of death is around me. And I seem to get like, it's weird, as I'm staring at it, I feel that someone's going to die. Matter of fact, I know someone's going to die. I'm just staring right back at this thing as I get ready, like holding the amulet and drawing the nightmare blade.
Okay, so first, let me have Heracles defy danger wisdom, and Gorrlin and Chuck can defy danger with, I guess, Constitution, since you guys are just trying to act out against it.
Dang on.
So, Chuck and Gorlin, you guys have a choice. Affixed by the maddening gaze, you can act now, immediately. But it will wreak havoc on your mind. And you'll suffer intelligence damage. Or you can be stunned, right? Frozen and try to take a few moments to focus on keeping your sanity intact. You won't take the damage, but you will be helpless for the next few moments. This is for Gorlin and Chuck.
So, like, intelligence damage, you mean, like, losing intelligence, right?
Yes.
Not just stunned. I mean, dang on, like, I ain't using that stat none anyway.
Okay, and what about you, Gorlin?
I have books. They are my intelligence. I'm not afraid.
All right, well, both of you roll a d6.
Ha!
All right, so you both lose 1 point of intelligence.
Good roll, Enrique. You can still
Very-
flex up a modifier, but whatever. It's cool.
Me too.
It's whatever. I just leveled up. I'm just gonna get it back.
Oh, and your intelligence will return, as long as you're alive. at
Ain't
the
no
end of this.
thing.
Yeah,
Ain't no thing.
this isn't permanent damage.
Oh, see, that's whatever. It's
Yeah,
fine.
this isn't even ghost cocaine, but
Yeah.
if your intelligence does reach 0 during the fight, you will die. That will result in your utter demise.
It's cool.
Okay. And Heracles, you rolled a 10, so yeah, you can go ahead and make your through Death's Eyes move.
Awesome.
So I guess I forgot. To say. Okay, well I'll just say it now. So Heracles, you sense not only the life of the Worm King, but also the life of another in this place. You see on a like an outcropping, another bit of rock that's not on this ledge. It's like off in this like deep hole chasm. You see a body slumped on a sliver of rock. And as the glow gets bright around it, you can see that it is Dwaba, the frogman, the toad man, lying slumped, barely breathing. His life is weak and diminishing, but you can see Dwaba. So,
I found him.
So you have 2 targets, right? You can say the Worm King, and you can say Dwaba.
Wait, does this necklace like actually do a thing?
It's a move he's doing. Kill him.
Oh, it's a move.
Yeah, through
Yeah,
Death's
yeah,
Eyes.
okay, yeah. Cool.
See, you're saying like it's 2 options that like the king dies or Dwaba lives. I always thought, man, what if Kawaba dies?
I mean, sure. It's your
Or
call.
what if I say the Worm King lives?
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna we're gonna end it tonight. 100%. Doesn't matter. The king dies.
Okay. So the caveat on me is that if it's even remotely possible, the Worm King is killable, but you sense that this is a life that has been altered. You know a strange truth about this, seeing this through Death's eyes, that the Worm King was once a man, a human, like anybody, a mortal. But obviously he's gone through some changes. He has become a worm man. You can kill him. If you can kill him, he will stay dead. He is an otherworldly creature, right? The rules of death usually do not apply to this thing. But if you can stop him, he will die. Right? You being here as an emissary of death can deliver a killing blow that will actually end this creature. But short of that, even the power of death cannot guarantee its demise. You have to do it with your hand. You have to deliver the death. But if you do it, there's nothing that can be like, oh, but there's a magic this, or he's an otherworldly that, or a demon can come up and do this. There will be nothing that can resurrect his life again. But you must, yeah. But you all, one of you all must deliver that death with your hands.
Let's do it, y'all.
We know Chuck was shooting some crossbows. He's gonna double shot. So, I mean, you can double shot. That's fine.
I mean, really, like, I'm just gonna shoot one, right? And then next round, instead of reloading, I'm just gonna shoot the second one. Okay,
that sounds good too. Yeah, let's do that. I was either gonna say you could do that, or you could roll your damage twice and take the best. Whatever you wanted to do.
It's like pew.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not Vala. I can't.
Well, and these are proper crossbows. These aren't bullshit
Yeah,
fantasy crossbows that are actually pistols. Okay. Yeah. Roll a volley.
Boy, I sure wish Louis could help me, but I'm gonna re-roll that.
Oh, what foolish thing did you do, Chuck?
Well, hold on. So I'm gonna re-roll it. Let's see. Okay. This determines how goofy it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's like he's like, and he like raises the crossbow up and he's like aiming at an eye, and he pulls the trigger. Nothing happens. Looks down at the crossbow. God dang. And like turns it sideways and like turns the safety off. Shoots it.
Crossbow with a safety. That's a forward-thinking crossbow. Okay. All right. So you have an option to either put yourself in danger, spend ammo, or I don't remember what the other one is. Spend ammo, put yourself in danger. Take what you can get.
I mean, my pal Gorrlin gave me extra crossbow bolts, and I'm using them right now.
All right, use them up. Deal your damage. It's a good roll. Any piercing on that?
No, just a normal crossbow.
All right, so your crossbow flies in. And y'all, I mean, the crossbow does hit the thing. And this metal bolt plants in its face. It doesn't go like, ah! It just sort of like hits it, and it doesn't seem to react much at all. It It does pierce it, but the crossbow bolt swiftly starts to like melt, and burns and falls away. There is like the tiniest, like you basically put a zit on his face.
Well, they're gone.
Yeah. What do you do, Gorrlin? You were the one cackling, ready to go. You're ready to act now.
Not really. Okay. I give like that look to Heracles and Chuck as well, and I say, "You know what to do, boys. Let's use hunting technique." And I run away, like run to the side. Is this ledge? Can I run?
Oh yeah.
Like around it?
Yeah, there's enough room to
run,
like move around it. Yeah.
Yeah, I run quite like I try to run around as far as I can from the guys, and I say, "You fuckface, what are you waiting for?"
Oh Jesus. So first, let's roll your kung fu also, because you are entering a fight.
Okay. Oh.
Cool. So you got 3 hold for mighty kung fu.
Kung fu fighting.
And then roll Constitution again for what are you waiting for?
Okay.
Sweet.
Double level. What I'm trying to do is open up the worm to Heracles or
Sure. Yeah, no, its gaze like starts to move towards you, and he's definitely coming at you, Gorrlin.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get ready like to pounce and like dodge the block. I'm gonna defend myself.
Okay. So
I'm holding my hammer, but I'm like getting ready to dodge whatever.
So
He's probably gonna use his body against me.
He turns his massive body around, and as you're moving around the cliff, he's basically charging his face at you to crush you, grab you in his incisors, right? Destroy you utterly in a single blow. So let's defy danger with your dexterity.
Ooh, 5.
That's not good, Gorrlin.
I can't imagine.
Oh, man. Okay, so here we go, guys. We're going to find out. We're going to find out what the deal is, right? So Gorrlin is moving, yelling, like, what are you fucking waiting for? And he wasn't waiting for anything. And his face slams into the rocks and digs out, like, breaks a whole section of this cliff face off as Gorrlin is smashed against the wall and brought up in his massive incisors. And Gorrlin is trapped within his horrible jaws. Roll 2d10 plus 7.
God dang! Is it at least best of?
It is best of, yeah.
Oh, okay. It's a little better.
Okay, so 11 damage that is 3 piercing.
Okay, I have 5 arm. 1,
Really?
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
God dang.
You have 5 armor?
Yeah. Let me see. No, 4 armor. 1 from my weapon. 2 from Hand of Monkey. Oh, Hand of Monkey is only for weapons. Okay, I have 2 armor.
If you are unmounted and carry no shield, you have 2 armor against handheld weapons. Oh, okay. So 2
That's
armor.
not help.
Okay.
Yeah.
And remember, you have your defend hold.
I didn't roll for defend.
He wasn't rolling any defend hold. That was for his kung fu and for his what are you waiting for?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you have two. Okay, so it pierces all your armor, so 11 damage, Gorrlin. Gorrlin looks like he's in trouble.
Very bad trouble.
What do you do, Heracles? He has, I mean, the Worm King is exposed to you, you know.
Yeah, so I think... Yeah. I sheath the blade and I grab, like, the dog tooth, right? It's just the tooth in my hand. And I called to Baryon, it's like, come here, get me as close as you can. And I, like, bear hug this bright wolf.
Yeah.
Like, get me as close as you can. It's like, on the walls, on the ceiling, whatever you could get towards. And let me fall and I'll take it. And what I want him to do is, like, running up the sides of the walls, and as soon as I can, just, like, let go, holding on for dear life. And, like, dive bomb with this fucking tooth in my hand and just dagger punch it. Like, where Chuck stuck the arrow, I want to just punch that arrow further in, like, my entire hand through its fucking skull.
Okay. So we're gonna have you defy danger dexterity first. It is through movement, and Gorrlin cannot clearly roll to aid.
I'm gonna watch so that I can write about this in my memoir.
So I'm just gonna say, is it dex cause Baryon's moving, or strength cause I'm holding on, or...
It's definitely dex. It's mostly for the, like, free fall, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're moving.
I am moving.
I think I helped enough.
That's fair. That's fair. I know you're scared to roll the dice. It's fine. We're gonna be fine with that.
Should we just do it? Is this a Herculean appetite?
Oh, for sure. Okay. So, a 9. Okay. We're going to discuss terms here, Heracles. I'm going to try and fashion this as some kind of option. You're going to find when the Death's Tooth spear bites into the body of the king, it cannot steal his soul like a normal mortal being, right? That is in line with, you know, sort of the through death's eyes. But I'll give you an option. Chuck's bolt did precious little damage. It basically did nothing to him. The creature is infused with extraplanar power, right? An eldritch curse courses through his veins, right? I'll give you an option. You can... This is going to be costly. You can have that dagger deal normal damage. Like normal style damage. Okay, it's going to be 3 options. I'm going to give you 3 options. You can have it deal a full damage blow. Um, uh, that actually kind of sucks. That's actually like a shitty option, even to say. Because I was going to say otherwise it's destroyed. Okay, so we're going to bring it back down to two options. First option. You can have that dagger be destroyed. You can sacrifice it, basically, right? You are pursuing fame and glory. If you sacrifice that dagger, then you will gain precious knowledge for how to defeat this creature. Or, you can just roll your damage like normal, however it works, and I will, and yeah, it'll just have limited effect. You can hack and slash, basically. It's up to you. Whether or not, basically it's a question whether or not you want to give up this precious thing, sacrifice it for a great boon from the King of Death.
I will not sacrifice it yet.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so roll your hack and slash.
Cool.
Okay, that's fine. We're going to... he's not going to bite you. That's not the trade blows. I mean, he's got a mouthful of Gorrlin right now. What's going to happen is... I'm going to have you roll for standing on his body. But go ahead and deal your damage first.
Okay. And I'm going to spend one hold from the tooth to roll my damage twice to take the best result.
That's great. Yeah. Yeah.
So...
Good. Okay, both of those are good. So, yeah, the dagger bites in, and usually you expect to feel, right, a soul being drawn out or weakened underneath your attack. But again, the Worm King seems to suffer your blow lightly. To no great effect. Doesn't scream, doesn't even writhe in agony. You definitely dig deep and tear a big gout out of its face, much bigger than even Chuck's bolt was. But it weathers this storm with little notice. You are but a speck walking on it, a flea, even if a superior flea. And what we're going to roll is when you stand on or touch the Worm King's body, roll plus con. We're going to have you roll that right away, is the 7 to 9 result I'm going to give you. Okay. So mark the sick debility and reduce armor by 1 point. Mark another debility of your choice, or choose an item that is melted.
And what if sick debility is already marked?
Then you could either choose a different debility or choose an item that's melted.
Okay. I will be stunned.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you like I said, like I think it's this whole like usually people die instantly when you stab them with the death tooth, right? But you realize now you are facing something that is truly, right, dangerous, legendary, you know, finally a truly worthy foe, etc. This ain't no Dolph Lundgren in the Death Frost Hills. Okay, Chuck.
What?
Gorrlin is in the jaws of this mighty, horrible thing. Heracles is stabbing away at it with his horrible dagger. What do you do?
Well, they're gone. I look down at the crossbow and look back up at where the crossbow bolt did nothing. Just kind of drop it like, well, they're gone. So like I was reading about this here like the swampy creatures and the swamp magics in my pappy's books.
Oh yeah.
And well, let me tell you that when the big old worm is in the swamp, they all got them big old weakness though. It's always like the hidden types though, and this one here, I can tell you that it's 7 or 9.
Well, Chuck, here's the problem. Of all the stories you've read, and, you know, Klaus Kleinpeter had a lot of strange, old, magical stories, and history books. You've never heard of anything like this. This is something, and this place is not something that's unnotable, right? This is something incredibly ancient, right? So old that, you know, it predates any book that would be written about it. Nothing must have come here and survived the worm priests since they've been here, right? This place is utterly ancient. This creature is utterly ancient. But you're right, Chuck. You know you're right. There is a weakness there.
I don't know. It's in the wormy genes though. You see like they all got the weakness though.
Yeah,
That's how you know they worms and not salamanders and shit.
And here's the trick, Chuck. Here's the other trick, right? It's a part of your like swamp knowledge. If this thing had no weakness, it would just ignore you. Right?
Yeah, you're right though.
What danger could you propose to it if it didn't have a weakness? The fact that it's trying to eat Gorrlin, right? It knows it has a weakness and it's trying to protect itself.
I mean though, but like Gorrlin, he kind of hurtful though. He's got them sharp words, you know. He can do a number on your self-esteem though.
And to be fair, he's probably fairly tasty.
Yeah, you're right though.
I am right.
Okay, so it does have a weakness. Shit. Yell up to Heracles as he's like hanging on. And, like,
he's digging away at its face.
Hey, y'all want me to look around for like a weak spot of some shit?
Man,
what else I can do? Fuck. Let me look at my items. Right, I don't have any actual useful items, because I play Chuck.
Yeah, I mean, you should still have the rope. You could still have the rope, let's say.
Yeah, I mean, okay, but...
I mean, I don't know. I just wanted to mention something.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do then. It's scared, right? Like when you quarter the gator gonna fight.
Yeah.
Right. It's how that worked though. So it's scared of something. Because it got that weakness, and we done talked about that. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
But like, I'm gonna be looking around. Maybe they got some big old stalactites they all wiggling and shit, and we can make that shit fall.
Okay. Yeah, discern realities. Nice. 3 questions.
What is useful or valuable to me?
I think there's a couple things that could be useful or valuable. I think the rope is useful or valuable to you. You can see Heracles touching the thing. He's gritting his teeth, right? And
Yep, he's real strong though. He gonna be fine.
yeah, seeming to suffer just by touching it. So having a rope to manipulate the thing or something can be useful. There's Dwaba down there. Now, you mentioned that seal wasn't broken, so Dwaba had another way through or something. Dwaba knows stuff about this place, right? I think Dwaba is useful or value, or something on his person or something might be.
Okay.
Yeah, those are two things that are useful or valuable.
The rope and Dwaba. Alright. Okay, so here what we gonna do then. Because I done read about these in my pappy's books.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna get me my rope though. And we done use this when we gator wrangling, so it's all the same. I'm gonna tie me one of them lariats.
Okay.
And I'm gonna catch me some Dwaba and pull him in.
And try to pull him in? Okay. Yeah, okay, go ahead and, it's kind of like a volley, so we'll call it a defy danger dexterity.
Okay.
We're gonna...
Yeah, I don't know what else it would be.
Yeah.
So sure.
We're gonna background noise again on Rike. Okay, so 8, 7 to 9. You do get him.
That's a good ass knot right there, dude.
It's... What can I give you? What can I do to you for 7 to 9?
You said, what can I give you? I'm interested in that avenue.
You get him. You're gonna pull him up. So it's tough, Chuck. The angle you have to get him at and pull him toward you. You're gonna have an option. Either you have to basically drag him over the body of the Worm King a little bit, and when you do get him up, your rope will be destroyed. Or you have to take a minute to do it, right? Being careful, and it's possibly going to expose you to danger if that comes up.
I ain't need no rope. When you in the swamp.
I mean, but we're in the swamp. You just rolled discern realities, and I told you.
When you in the swamp, plenty of plants and shit to make more rope out. So like, ain't need no rope when you can make the rope. It's easy peasy.
Okay, all right. So you go quickly. You jag Dwaba sort of over the body, and when you get it up, your rope kind of disintegrates because it's covered in the slime of the Worm King. But you've got Dwaba there. He's sort of unconscious. Okay. What's everybody else doing?
I think as soon as Chuck says like find a weak spot, and I'm like covered in this goo as I'm like trying to pull it off. I'm like, fuck, this was a bad decision. I jump off of the Worm King to find like a vantage point or someplace just off of it that I could like see what it's like trying to hide, like if it's trying to stay low on its belly because it's got like a soft belly, or if it's got a little button on the back of its tail that says don't press this or I explode.
That's what it is to all the worms. They got them buttons.
Okay. Okay, let's roll discern realities.
Does he get a plus to that from mine? Or I don't know how that works. Because you get a +1 for acting on the stuff you learn, right? Is that just for you, or is it for the party?
You learn. You get to act on it when you do it from discern realities, but yours is from spout lore. You could roll to aid him if you'd like. Right.
No. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
You can roll to aid him.
Yeah, I'll be looking around like I'm jamming my finger in Dwaba's ear to wake him up. That's how you wake him up in the swamp.
Okay.
But you know, I need to see the give no frog nowhere Willie, so I'll be looking around for one of them there buttons.
One of them there buttons. You idiot.
Don't hurt my dex or my intelligence, man.
Okay, so you got a +1, Heracles.
It's good. It's good. I needed it.
Proud of you.
You get 1 question.
What here is useful or valuable to me?
You say Dwaba and Chuck's robe, I'm gonna leave.
I mean, Chuck, you still have 2 questions to ask from Discern Realities.
I know. I was saving them.
Okay. What here is useful or valuable to you? I mean, he tried it with Spout Lore. I offered it with your divine insight, right? I can't just give it to you, but I got to give you something. Well, I'll tell you what you don't see, Heracles. You eye this thing over. You have hunted magical monster from Hinder and Yon. Everywhere, all over. You have dug the tooth of a death wolf from its mouth. You have ventured into the land of death itself and come back with a creature native to that place. You have gone to the Death Frost Hills and battled their mightiest warrior. You have faced down Manticore. You have battled giants. You have fended off sea creatures. You have climbed from the gullet of great 3-headed serpents and destroyed them with your bare hands. And all of them, you could find their weakness. This thing, this monster, this king, this worm king, has no physical weakness. Its body is not its weakness. You could climb inside of it and you would melt. You could rip away segments of its body and it would only splash acid on you and destroy you. You could poke out its eyes and they would regrow. It is not a weak spot. It is not a soft spot on its body. Its weakness is something else.
Cool. I think like as soon as I see that, I drop like the tooth right onto the ground. It's like King of Death, and I pick up like I take the sword and I fucking smash the tooth with the sword of the King of Nightmares.
Okay, so you are... Yeah, that is definitely divine guidance. You are granted some useful knowledge or boon related to your deity's domain. The GM will tell you what. And you see it, Heracles. It is when your sword smashes it, right? And this magic sword in your hand gives off a ring as it destroys the death tooth. And it becomes clear to you, right? It was there in front of you the whole time. The blades stabbed into this monster. Chuck's bolt melted away. Your tooth nearly melted away. But these blades that pierce the body of this worm king, they have not melted. Remove the magic blades, and the magic that sustains this creature is broken.
Well, daggone.
Yeah, I think as soon as I probably hear that right from Dax Corvine. Maybe it's a moment where he has the tooth in his hand, just dust or whatever. He just looks at me and says, this will do. And he gives me like that amount of information for the tooth.
Yeah.
Because he's an asshole.
Yeah, there are 4 blades sticking out of the Worm King, piercing its hide. Those are its weakness.
You should share that.
I call out to Chuck. It's like, do you have any spare rope? Use it to pull out the blades. Gorrlin.
It's like I said though, when you in the swamp.
I tried, Chuck. I tried to talk you out of it. Let's take our break, and we'll come back to Gorrlin trying to escape from the jaws of death.
You mean holding for dear life?
All right, let's take 5 minutes, y'all.